Akbar. He is the country director of Institute of Pakistan Study, a binational academic and research institution in Islamabad. He is a former Fulbright Fellow and a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania and Ivy League School in Philadelphia, USA. His field is public policy and public administration, and he has over 20 years of professional work experience in the field of research and academic exchange between US and Pakistan. Being director of the institute, he administers and promotes exchange of scholarship, organize policy forum, and facilitate collaborative program between US and Pakistani institutions of higher learning. Working with a consortium of 38 universities, he has been instrumental in facilitating several US Pak University Partnership Program in Faculty Development Forum. He was a major stakeholder in initiating a pilot project on community college training for faculty with Punjab Higher Education Commission Lahore, in which PHEC was supported by US community colleges for capacity building and training of selected Pakistani college faculty in the US. I have to personally thank him also that Mr. Nadeem Akbar and his organization was instrumental in strengthening the inter-university consortium for the promotion of social sciences, the first of its type established in Pakistan. Before that one, there was no concept that universities can open their boundaries or can work with each other also. So that consortium got established, and Mursala Noor has been steering that one. And we were very lucky that beside Pakistani collaborating institution, we were able to get a collaboration of those 38 American universities also. And that basically open up the avenues for lot more exchanges, lot more lectures, lot more, I mean, even there were great meetings also, and I always remember a meeting in Gujarat in which we all get together, and there was, I mean, a very exciting program. We have a great history. So welcome Nadeem Akbar Saab. So I think it will be ideal if you can say a few words and then we go further, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. for such a elaborated introduction. So, and we are always honored to be a collaborator with the Inter-University Consortium, as well as other higher education institutions in Pakistan. And of course, we are now on the front line to collaborate with the National Skills University, where you are heading the institution. We have already signed an MOU in this regard. So, and thank you for inviting me, and thank you. I offer my thanks to all the participants of this particular webinar, which was conceived a few months ago by the National Coordinator of the Inter-University Consortium with the mission and aim to bring higher education leadership at a platform where they can work together and they can talk about things, how higher education has been impacted by this COVID. So I'll just give a few tips that we have been working with during these pandemic times, as well as what is the way forward and how we have been working so far before pandemic and during pandemic and post pandemic. So as you've already said, the institute is actually a binational exchange program where we bring foreign universities in collaboration with local Pakistani universities. So in this regard, I would like to mention that we were very successful in running some of the collaborations between leading institutions like University of Texas, Austin, Fatima Jinnah Women University, University of Oregon, Eugene, and Karakoram University, Gilgit. So these were actually exchanges that took place between the universities for faculty development. And talking about, in particular, the kind of efforts we have made for this online practices and teaching, I would like to mention here a few examples. Although people cannot travel physically now across both sides, but on the one side, it has crippled some of our exchanges and programs, but open venues, which we can certainly focus at and try to expand on those particular examples as well. Let me share that we introduced a course on Pakistan's economy. Like it was an economics course, was in collaboration with the Harvard Summer School and LUMS in Lahore, where we admitted 15 students from Pakistan and 15 students from Harvard University the summer school students. They all were taking an online course at the same time from the professors of the Harvard University. Of course, before that, you have to work out a mechanism and a formula between the two institutions that it will be a collective effort, and whoever graduates will get a collective certificate or a graduation document from both the university, both sides. So the course was like about 6 weeks, and success. Although timing is always an issue between US and Pakistan, but it does work because usually in Pakistan side it was from in the evening, which was like roughly between 6 to 9 p.m. and on the US side it was from 9 to 12 in the morning, where a professor would conduct a class, people would join online, and then students will turn in their assignments to the professors, and those are graded. And then at the end of the successful course, they will be awarded certificates by both the, it's a joint certificate issued by both the institutions. So that is one example. So on one side, it not only saved students in terms of their finances, that they don't have to travel all the way to US to be part of that summer school. But at the same time, they were also part of the Harvard course, which was conducted, and it admitted special number of students from Pakistan. But it does involve a lot of administrative work and collaboration between the faculty as well as administration of both the institutions. Similarly, we did an example with University of Texas, Austin, which ran again an online virtual course between Texas and Fatima Jinnah University. The same exercise carried out. 15 students were admitted from Pakistan, like Fatima Jinnah Women University, and 15 students were admitted in that particular graduate course from University of Texas, Austin, and a joint full completion of that course. Here, I must also add that it's not only that the foreign collaborators or foreign professor is teaching. A Pakistani professor is also a co-professor in that school, or a kind of like a co-moderator in that particular course, which is being offered. And in that sense, so there were agreements between the two institutions, which we facilitated in a way that the Fatima Jinnah Women University students will be paying fee for their own institution, but because of the collaboration, they will be admitted to this particular course, and a joint certificate will be issued by University of Texas, Austin. University of Texas, Austin were paying fees for their own university. So it did help in the sense that the Pakistani students don't have to pay the international fee, but at the same time, they did get that international certification, which they were aiming to be part of. Another good opportunity that was created although we have been facilitating PhD evaluations or thesis research evaluation by external professors for several of the Pakistani universities, which sometimes they usually send like their doctoral thesis to foreign institutions for a third person evaluation. So in several cases, we did find out there has been lapse or people are unable to respond in time, and there are delays in terms of like receiving those evaluations. So we ran a few webinars where we discussed how an external evaluator could be invited right from the day one when a research topic is actually approved and the scholar is ready to start writing, so that then the external evaluator is able to give his or her opinion for evaluation. And so this will be a much more effective way of like receiving a third person's academic comments on these research thesis or research works of Pakistani either faculty or doctoral students. So this also included some of the online workshop that now we are gearing up to run for Pakistani doctoral students in dissertation writing, and in that they are directly hooked up with a foreign professor or a foreign institution where they are aiming to go for perhaps another 6 months or 1 year of research while taking their HEC fellowship or their own university fellowship to go abroad and get some research done in that foreign country. So what I'm trying to say here is that although we are being affected by this pandemic in several ways, but on the other side, it has also created lots of opportunities where now professors are directly working with the classes Pakistan online, and there have been examples that I've already shared with you. A recent one is again a course that we developed during the past 6 weeks or so. It is about teaching of US history and politics and culture, which is also being taught as a subject at the Area Studies Center at Quaid-e-Azam University. And there has been a lot of like demand that there should be some American professor teaching or at least giving some kind of input about this particular course. So we designed this online webinar course. So we had almost 5 leading scholars from various American universities giving lectures in all these 5 different course webinars, either on politics or on culture or on history of the US. And the success story was that we had an overwhelming number of applicants who wanted to be registered for this course. So we admitted 500 for the course, and the course has been going on very successfully. I think we will be running our last session on 30th of August. But we had students admitted from all across Pakistan, from very far-flung areas, smaller areas, as well as from all major universities who were thinking of either using this course as part of their civil services examination or as part of their research at the Quaid-e-Azam University Area Studies Center. So, and at the end of the course, of course, we will be offering a joint certificate by a US institution as well as a Pakistani institution to all the successful participants of the course. So what in my experience during this pandemic, I found out that the universities which otherwise are unable to be tapped or to be brought into the mainstream and engaging with our counterparts or our colleagues in different US universities, or for other matter in UK universities, this has created an opportunity for them where we can facilitate and they can be part of an academic exercise between a foreign institution and a Pakistani institution. So which has been going on successfully. Of course, you have to work out the modalities in terms of like bringing administration on board, bringing the two main faculty members who will be conducting this activity on board, as well as a key like an institution that serves as base for running that particular program or exchange virtually between the two universities or between the two institutions. I think in terms of like the foreseeable future, my senses and what we have been observing from our various colleagues from these different foreign universities, yes, if we resume our classes, excellent. But I think we still need to have a component which would still be part, which should still be a virtual component of that particular program, whether it is in Pakistan or whether it is abroad, in order to make sure that if, for God forbid, we are hit by another calamity, our linkage remains alive and we are still ready to work with our foreign collaborators through that virtual platform that we have created and we have been working at. I'll be happy to answer any questions. So these are some of the brief, this is a brief log of what we have done during the past few months while suffering from the outcomes of this calamity. Thank you.